Good morning, everybody. I toast to you and all you do. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. We are out this morning making some videos, getting ready for my stepmom to come into town. I'm very excited for a visit, and I hope that everybody is just having a good weekend. Today we are out, like I said, for our introspective journey. If this is your first day joining us, welcome. There are other videos you can look through. If you've been with us throughout this, thank you for coming back. And as always, it doesn't matter if you do it every day. The goal is just to take some time throughout this season to reflect on yourself, to do some introspective journeying, and to, come out of this dark time of the year with a higher perspective. So today's question is, what percentage of the day do you feel like your true self? And explain. Often we wear a lot of hats. We have a lot of different roles that we fulfill. We are different things for different people. We are, at work, at home, at school, at play, at, all of these different places. And sometimes we can get caught up in all of that and lose some of who we are. And not necessarily display that outwardly. And this can sometimes make people feel, inadequate, or like they are not living up to their true potential, or in relationships you see this often where people don't really know who you are because you've only put on this face for them, and then you don't feel like that's a good friendship, a good relationship, a good place to be. And so we really need to step back and think about how much of the day are we being something for somebody else, or not being true to ourselves and not displaying our true self. For some people this can be really extreme. For some people on the inside you feel like a completely different person, and it can be really hard to portray that outwardly. Maybe people don't accept who you are. Maybe you have very different life choices. Maybe, whatever it may be. I love using the lizard man as the example. Like, on the inside, this person feels so different that on the outside they've tattooed their whole body, they've cut their tongue, they've got implants in their head, they've done all of these things to very much change their outward perspective, like the way people perceive them. And so there are some people who are at that extreme. They're like, I really feel like I am an alien in this body, and it takes a lot for them to be true to themselves. Now, for most of us, it's not that extreme. Most of us, it's little things, like, I really wish that I could ride my trike everywhere and have a long flowing skirt and my witch hat and lots of flowy things coming off of me, and everywhere I went, this is where I would be. I told my sister, I said, someday when I'm old and I'm just an old lady in the neighborhood, that's how I'm going to get everywhere. And people will see me and they'll be like, there goes the witch. She's amazing. See her in her flowing and sometimes I come out in these very colorful, flowing, lots of fabric kind of outfits, and my husband's like, really, are you wearing that? I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go tone it down some. But how often are we making those compromises? How often are we sacrificing ourselves? How often are you changing who it is that you want to be in order to fit into the world around you? And why are you doing that? For some of us, it really does come down to, it's just easier to conform and to fit in than it is to be judged constantly and for people to look at you in a certain way. I went through a lot of my life not caring. I ran through the mall barefoot. I didn't care. I was loud, and I just really didn't care. And then as I got into my 30s, I was like, okay, I kind of care a little bit. I would like to be seen by the world as something more than just crazy loud Tara. And one of the big moments was for me, I was helping somebody do some math or something, and they were like, oh my God, you really are smart. I was like, yeah, I am. Just because I'm loud and flamboyant and cavalier and I just whatever doesn't mean that I am uneducated. So it was little things like that for me that were like, okay, maybe I need to like tone it down or kind of fit in more. And then, how much of that sacrifice are you making though? And is it helping you? Is it helping you to feel better? I don't like to be completely seen as someone who's just loud and crazy, so it's important for me to show that other side of myself and not just be this abrasive, loud, crazy person. Uh, I know it's not like what you see in these videos, but I've, I've aged well, like a fine wine. Uh, so, as you think about your day and you think about who it is you truly want to be and who you feel like on the inside, how much of that are you showing to the world? And why are you not showing that to the world? And this is a sad question for me because I do know a lot of people who, on the inside feel one way, but then in our society can't act that way. And we have this question with my kids when we talk about like transgender or, people who are just different. And I tell them, I say it takes a lot of courage to get up and be present for who you are and to put that face forward to the world. And if somebody has the courage to stand up every day and put on what it is that they love to wear and walk out that door, then that's how we should accept them. And it doesn't matter how different they are or what choices they make, or if they're making choices that you don't understand, that's who they want to be, and that's who we're going to accept them as. And it helps my kids to be more empowered to be the person that they are, and also to accept the people around them. My daughter's got kids in her class who are very different, and each one of them can still be her friend, and she can still hang out with them, and she doesn't have those issues of like, oh, well, I can only hang out with the people who look like me, or I can only hang out with this certain group. She's like a little floater, and she's friends with everybody, and she just sees people for who they are. And I hope that my younger kids also grow into that. And I think that if we each individually had that outlook, then people could be who they felt like they needed to be and who they were truly. Because it does take a lot of courage to get up and be true to yourself every day. And so this question makes me a little sad because I just think about all of the people who, when they wake up in the morning and they look in their closet and they're like, oh, I love that shirt, but I can't wear it out in public because I'll just get funny looks all day. And I wish that we lived in a society that wasn't like that, and that we could all just be who we truly wanted to be. And so as you think about this question, I want you to also think about the other side of that and what you can do to better accept the people who are around you for who they are. Are you trying to change somebody to be more like you? Or are you, judgmental of somebody who's different just because they're different? Like, you have to remember, like I said, it takes a lot of courage to get up every day and to be true to yourself, especially when yourself is not the social norm. And we need to honor those differences. And how can we better honor those? And one of the ways we honor other people's differences is by honoring our own differences and saying, I'm bringing this to the table because it's beautiful and it's unique and it's different and it's amazing. And not get caught up in this public shaming for things that are different. So, again, the question for today is, how much of the day are you your true self? And how do you project that to the world? And then explain. So I really hope that each one of you has the opportunity to be true to yourself and to be your true self and honor that. And if you have trouble showing that true self to the world, I wish upon you the confidence in order to really live that and be true to yourself and honor yourself, because you are a beautiful person. Everyone is beautiful. Everyone has their beauty. Everyone brings something to the table that is amazing. And just honor that and know that differences is what makes this world beautiful. I mean, you think about a garden. If we were to step into a garden and every single flower was exactly the same, it wouldn't be exciting. It would just be a field of one flower. But when we step into a garden and we see all of the colors and the beautiful things and the different heights and shapes and just different kinds of plants, that's what makes it beautiful. And that's the same thing with this earth. So What beautiful thing are you bringing to the table? Because you are a beautiful person, and you honor that. So, I hope everybody is having a fantastic day. I hope that you get a chance to be your true self today and every day. And let me know in the comments below where you stand on this. Do you feel like you can present your true self to the world, or do you feel like you have to hide something? So, many blessings to all of you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that great stuff. And I will see you all again soon.